Hey team, Katie here from My Equestrian Movement, and today we are talking about having hands our horse can trust. So I do a lot of in-hand work with the horses, and I find that a lot of the hollowness and tension that we can get through our horse's neck, the lack of suppleness, has to do with them trying to balance with us on their back and having to carry us, and also trying to balance when we're using the reins as well. So doing this in-hand work for acceptance of contact can make a significant improvement with our horse's overall suppleness, acceptance of contact, and softness of the bit, and get them to go from being quite tense and tight through their top line and through their neck and their body to having a lot more suppleness and softness. It can have really dramatic changes even within the first couple of months, because if they're not holding their neck to brace against the rein contact, then the neck muscles really quickly let go. And so the challenge is, once those neck muscles let go, how do they carry us? And so that's where we have to do what I call our pony push-ups, with getting them to stack into contact and then push up into an upward transition, or poles or grids or little pops over jumps or whatever suits you. So each time we ask our horse to stretch down, their top line will get longer, and each time we ask our horse to stack, they will hold themselves with better posture, hopefully. And so we're also establishing a horse that is starting to gain confidence in what these cues mean. So the other helpful reason for using this in-hand work with our horses is that if we are riding them, there's lots of things going on that they have to try and work on, and that we have to work on as well. Trying to balance us, trying to figure out what our legs are doing, trying to figure out what our hands are doing, trying to figure out what our seat is doing. So just taking that all away and just doing some work in hand can really give them confidence in the bit pressure cues. The other thing that we're looking for is walking together like this can really help improve the quality of the connection and our horse's spatial awareness for where we are, and softening into us. So when I first do some in-hand work with our horses, if they're not paying attention to them, to me, they won't sync in step with me. If we don't have that quality of a connection, attention, and focus, then the movement isn't together. We're not in step with each other. And so that translates into the saddle as well. So doing this in-hand work, we might initially kind of bump and fumble along with each other a little bit, but with practice we start to synchronize in movement. And so that's an excellent way for us to be working on it, that synchronicity of movement, where we aren't in the vulnerable position of the back of the horse. So we can work on some of our connection skills in the saddle on the ground, establishing, our confidence, faith, and trust in each other from the safe place of the ground, not being vulnerable on the horse's back. Hope you've enjoyed the connection series so far, and until next week, happy trails.